Today, for some weird reason, I decided to play Dead by Daylight, so I hopped in, immediately started working on a generator. And my first game in months, immediately blew it up, and walked away, as one does. Came back, sat there and, finished it, right as two of my teammates go down. Deciding to be a hero, Dwight, I went over and tried to unhook him, you know, sneakily, of course, because I am Dwight after all. So I went ahead and got the first one and ran away, looped back, came back for the second one, and I was gonna try to heal her since that person right there went down, but instead she decided to go for a hook and immediately go down. After waiting a while to make sure it was safe, I went and picked up the teammate, and I originally planned to pick her all the way up here, but the killer brought the other teammate to a hook literally right beside us, and we weren't able to commit to the full heal. Here's the first time I get hit by the killer. I wasn't expecting them to come from the right, I thought they'd be to my left, but I decided to run to this little shack right here and dodge that hatchet, hop through this window using life, and escape, and it worked out pretty good. Came around here and tried to use this pallet to my advantage. Waited around to see where she was going to come from, and she went through there, thinking I was going to commit to the full loop, so I ran back the other way. Sat here at this pallet, trying to, keep control over it as much as I can, and then she lost me, so I decided to just dip out. Once in a safe spot, I used the rest of my med kit to heal myself as far as I could, but it wasn't enough, so I went to Steve so he could finish healing me. Right as he healed me, a teammate went down, so I decided to go try to save them because they were on their last hook. Unfortunately, I didn't make it in time, but I did notice that this teammate right here was also on their last hook, so I tried to get the killer off of them by using this pallet right here as a small little short loop to hopefully distract the killer long enough for my teammate to run away, hide, and potentially heal himself. But of course, that came with the price of the killer kicking my generator, all that hard work for nothing. But of course, I went right over to it and started working on it again, but then Steve had to go down right in front of me. So, she came back, kicked it again, smacked it for some reason, and then ran away. So I fixed it fully this time, and then, nonchalantly walked into the grass. Running to Laura, working on a generator, and decided to heal her so that she doesn't go down as easily after we get this generator done. Shortly after, we finished repairing the generator without any interruption, surprisingly. And like a true gentleman, I let her go out through the window first. Because, ladies first. Shortly after, I ran into Steve and went to go heal him, but he was more preoccupied on fixing generators, because right when I tried to do the little friendly teabag, he just ignored me. So I started working on the generator with him, but then I realized that Laura is on her last hook. So I figured I would try to get the killer off of her without also getting hooked myself. Unfortunately, I couldn't find her after running around, but I did find this generator, so I decided to fix that up real quick. And while I was doing that, she ended up going down and getting hooked, meaning she was no longer in the game. After crawling around for a bit, I ran into Steve again and started giving him some heals and got not just one, not just two, but 3 great skill checks in a row. Together, we slowly crawled across the map until we found this generator and decided to start working on it. But shortly after, she came back towards this direction, so I walked behind this rock, hoping to wait her out and come back to the generator. But Steve decided to run behind her too, and guess who decided to join our little party behind the rock? Obviously, it was the killer. And right here, I kind of just had to accept my fate, so that's what I did. I faced the tree in defeat and just let her down me. And just when I thought all hope was lost and I was about to lose on my first hook, here comes Steve to come save me off the hook and give me another chance of hopefully surviving this match. Unfortunately for Steve, he didn't quite get that lucky, as he was downed and hooked and killed, leaving just me. And my plan was to find a totem, cleanse it, get inner healing, and hopefully get the hatch if not the doors. But soon after, running around looking for totems, the killer found the hatch and closed it, powering the gates, giving me this one and only shot to open that door and live. With my heart beating out of my chest, I somehow survived 2 tomahawks being thrown at me, diving to the left of the exit gate and managing to escape and live.